It feels like spring today, but welcome to the studio. Come on in. Welcome to the studio. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Linda.
And you are with Color Me Happy Fiber Arts. And this is a monthly podcast that we do from our studio, where we talk about what we're excited about, what's in our dye pots, and also what we're making with our naturally dyed yarns.
Right.
So welcome back, and if you're new, welcome.
Right. And happy holidays.
Yes.
It is that time of year. If it's slightly more disorganized than usual, that's the excuse.
Yeah. So it is December of 2024, late December.
Right.
2024. So the holidays for us are just right around the corner.
Right.
And I am unknitting. I'm tinking back because I did a yarn over by accident while we were filming.
Just now?
Just now.
Oh, I was going to say, not last month. You weren't knitting that last month.
No. Just right now. So, okay. I'm back.
Okay, good.
So, what are you excited about?
I'm excited to have a week off next week.
Yes, you've been working
from
extra.
the real job. Yeah. Yes, so that's what I'm excited about. And my son and his partner will be here visiting from Oakland, California.
Yay.
So I'm very excited about that too. And so all of us will get to be together with my daughter and her husband. So it'll be really nice. We're planning lots of board games. My son really wants to just like take it easy, not try to. Sometimes when you come back and sometimes his friends will be here that have moved away, and so then there's all this running around trying to get together. So he's going to try to minimize that. He really wants to just relax, take it easy. We'll have a puzzle out. There'll be a fire. So hopefully we'll just have a nice, relaxing week.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
And they'll be here for the whole week?
They get here at like 6:30 a.m. on Christmas morning.
Oh, wow. They're doing a red eye?
They're doing a red eye back.
Oh, my
Sometimes
goodness.
they fly Christmas Day, like early Christmas, leave California, 7 a.m. and then get back to Indiana, and they're here around 5, and we would do Christmas dinner. And it's much easier it would be fun someday if we have grandchildren, but it is easy because you can just kind of do whatever and none of the adults mind. So
yeah,
that is very nice. It makes it flexible. But this time they got a red eye. So my husband, who likes driving people places, will go to the airport and pick them up, and then we'll come back and have the brunch.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah. How about you?
Really fun.
What are you excited about?
Well, so first, I guess, it's the family and the getting together. We won't have little Max with us, but we'll be with my parents and Eleni and Jacob and their partners are coming. So we will all be together for about 8 days.
Nice.
So that's going to be fun.
Do some members of the family go skiing while you're out there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The younger ones do. My dad did until about 2 years ago, and then he decided it might be kind of dangerous. He's in his 80s, and so he does cross-country skiing and snowshoeing and hiking, but no more downhill.
No more downhill. I think that's probably wise.
Yes. And since I had my neck surgery a few years ago, I don't downhill anymore. I just thought, better safe than sorry.
Yeah, right. But that's nice that you get to travel to a place where you can do something like that.
Yeah, it's fun for them. And I do a lot of knitting and spinning. So
But I think you might have told us on another episode that, or maybe not, maybe I'm disclosing something new.
Yeah.
That Michelle spins so much when she goes to visit her dad that they bought a spinning wheel to keep there.
Yes. That was my birthday present last year in 2023. So, yeah.
They have accepted the fiber frenzy into their midst.
A little bit. When I'm not there, it's in a closet.
Okay. No one is trying it.
No.
Okay. They don't leave it out to remember you.
Yeah, it's really pretty. Like I would put it out, but yeah. Yeah. So the other like personal news that I'm really excited about is that we're getting a puppy.
Yes.
And I know I've talked about that on here when I've seen puppy paws in one of the lace patterns. So Rich has not been eager to get a dog, but he has finally seen the light. And so hopefully by March we'll have a
That's
puppy.
very exciting.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. I know that puppies are a lot of work, so I'm a little nervous about that part, not sleeping through the night anymore and the frequent bathroom breaks.
Well, to keep you from being nervous, I have something for you.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Oh my goodness. I actually have your present here too. But...
Well, I was not planning on giving it to you on camera, but you just set it up so well.
Oh, okay.
I have to.
Now I can't get it.
Well, I did tie it kind of tight.
Yes, you did. I'll fast forward through this part, or you
my
can fast
lovely
forward.
velvet ribbon was a little bit too short, so I tied it really tight.
It is beautiful.
Thank you.
So soft. You can reuse it.
Okay.
Okay. That's perfect. Puppies for dummies.
And I don't mean that you're a dummy. When we got our first family dog, I found this book really useful.
That's awesome.
It talks about like how do you pick them out of the litter and all the things you need at the beginning. So you can do some reading will help your anxiety. You'll have a plan.
Yes, this is great. Because I was thinking, I don't even know what to have ready for them.
Well,
you know?
I am not getting any kickback from the Books for Dummies people, but I thought this was a really good book. So.
Perfect.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'm going to start reading that tonight.
That might cut into your spinning.
I know. Well, I have one of those stands that I can put up behind my wheel so I can spin and read. And...
Oh gosh, that seems like a lot of multitasking.
Yeah, that's true. It works better for reading and knitting, but
right.
I
That's
can
funny.
spin a little bit.
That's funny. Well, so you're getting a puppy in March.
Yeah.
And
I think it's supposed to be born
it's some kind of
December
doodle,
30th.
right?
Yeah, a schnoodle.
Schnoodle.
A schnoodle. So when I was a kid, we had a schnauzer, and I loved
That's great.
Ivy. Yeah. And so the schnoodle, we thought it would be, they're cute and fuzzy and
Small.
hypoallergenic and small. All things that we were looking for. So, and the personality of doodles, some kind of a doodle mix, poodle mix is really nice, I think. So it'll be fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I cannot wait to meet your little puppy.
Thank you. We're looking at names and we're going to wait to see which one we get before, because sometimes they just look like a thing.
Yeah, I think so too. Like you can sort of tell.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But we have our list going. Yeah.
Well, that is exciting.
Yeah.
That's an exciting non-fiber thing.
Non-fiber thing. Yeah.
Very fun.
So what fiber-related things are you excited about?
Well, I am excited about a new base that we have that we are going to start dyeing in the new year.
Oh, yes. We actually have one right there because I was going to take it to
there we go.
Ruth today.
Oh yeah, so it doesn't look like probably anything too different on camera, but one of the really fun things this year for us is we were able to launch our truly local farm to skein yarn. We call it Back Home Again, and we have an alpaca from Heritage Farms, lovely alpaca and alpaca tencel, and then we have a Cormo wool from Westfield Woolies. And so if you have both alpaca and Cormo excellent sources, what do? You make a blend. So we have an 80% Cormo, 20% alpaca blend, which the alpaca, I mean the Cormo is already soft, but it just makes it even that much softer. kind of loftier, but it's still got so much good memory and bounce from the Cormo. So we're really excited about thinking about, we think we want to have it ready by spring when the fiber festivals start, and so we'll be thinking about what palette do we want to start with. We probably won't dye it all right away, but we'll dye some of it in some kind of a spring-ish palette probably. So that'll be fun. We'll be working on that over the next few months, and I am excited to try out a new base.
Yeah.
What about you? What are you excited about in fiber?
Well, I guess two things.
Mm-hmm.
One very local thing is that we've got some new toys in the kitchen.
Yes.
To help us do our dyeing a little more efficiently.
A little Christmas present to ourselves.
Yes. Well, yes. And birthday present.
Right.
So we thought this month we would do a little tour of the studio, so we will put that in here and we'll show you in the kitchen. We got a steam table so that we could dye multiple skeins, different colors, all at the same time. And I think the steam table will be nice because it keeps things at a more consistent heat, whereas the pots on the induction pan down at the bottom is really hot, and if it lays on the bottom of the pan, I think that could burn the yarn if it's too hot or get too much residue on it. And so laying it in a pan that has more equal heating around it, I think will be nice.
And I feel like it's also going to be a little more ergonomic.
Yes.
So natural dyeing is very hard on your shoulders and wrists. There's a lot of lifting buckets and big pots with water in them, and unless you have really a totally ideal setup where you have like a big commercial like pot filler spigot above right where your dye pots are, there's quite a bit of lifting, and this I think is going to be a little bit easier. We'll still have to get water there and get it in, but it's a little bit higher, so there won't be like the bending over and the lifting the heavy wet skeins of yarn up. So I think that's going to be nice too.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it. It feels like spring today, but it's actually early December, and it's unseasonably warm, 50 degrees or so. And I thought it would be a perfect day to take you on a studio tour because we've been doing some spring cleaning in December. Here's the outside of the studio. Our friend Doug is going to plant those climbers and put some kind of climbing plants out there. And you can see some light fast testing going on in the front windows. And today we're having open studio where people stop by, so I have the sign out. Let's go on in. From the entryway, if you go to the right, that's our kind of showroom, storage of finished yarn spot. And if you go to the left, this is our workroom where we do some winding and thinking, cutting labels, putting labels on, a little winder. Our light box where we take pictures and stuff to do or think about. And these are our happy friends. My husband took this picture, I think in the 1950s in the Bronx, maybe? I'm not sure where he was. I'll have to ask him. Anyway, he took this picture in the 1950s, and when Obama, during his inauguration day, I started this painting because I was wondering where they are and what they were thinking at the time. We have a little storage closet, and then these are where we keep our natural dyes and we do our measuring. So here's where the dyeing happens and a lot of the washing, a whole lot of washing actually. So what's new is this great big steam table. So we can cook on top. Each of them have a little pan inside. So the steam table allows for really even kind of cooking and heating. Whereas when we do it in a big pot, the bottom will get a lot hotter than the top. And we do move it around, but it'll be much more consistent. Okay, then the other cool thing, we got shelving. So this just happened yesterday, and we have not had time to put stuff away on there. So I'm really excited about having the tabletop all cleaned off for our hand painting. So that's gonna be wonderful. And microwave, sometimes we heat water in there. I did some experiments with cooking hand-painted yarn. And then when we wash, we let it dry on the rack. So now I'm in the basement. The washing machine is running because we use that to spin out some of the rinse water. So I'm going to show you where we have things hanging up. So we have these racks, and this rack was something that Linda's husband Mac made for us, which is really cool. And then we have some shelving. On the shelving we have some things that are drying out from the garden. And after things get one wash, they go on these racks, and then we take them upstairs for the final wash. And then over here we have a little aluming station where we do our pre-mordanting when we use alum. And then a little extra space. This is where we do indigo vats when we have them. That's our old one over there. Okay, bye. And then the other thing is working on FIBRuary. Mm-hmm. So we have partnered with Rose Gold Yarns and sponsoring or co-hosting FIBRuary, which is our festival and month-long celebration of everything related to fiber arts. So.
And it's really, as far as we know, unless there was one a long time ago, the first kind of fiber festival right here in the Fishers, Noblesville, Carmel, North Indy suburbs kind of area.
Yeah. Well, Allie did do the fiber.
That's right, Fiber 100.
Fiber 100.
That's right, Allie did last year.
Yeah. So it'll be kind of like that, only this one is makers for makers.
Right.
So not really finished objects that people have crafted or knit or crocheted or whatever, but it'll be the day-long celebration will be local and regional yarn dyers, project bag makers. We have a ceramicist coming who makes little buttons and the coolest mugs and stuff like that. So this week we posted our vendor list so far, and we had a couple openings for the space. Someone was going to be inside and she got a yarn truck, so now her space is open. So
that's exciting.
Yeah. So if you know of local regional people around the Midwest, Central Indiana, really wanting to highlight local makers. So.
And then afterward there's a yarn crawl, so getting the local yarn shops involved also around Central Indiana to try to get people excited about going to visit them, and maybe getting a little coupon, maybe getting entered in a drawing for something. So we'll try to sort of round out the month by doing that as well.
Yeah. And we have a couple of other like get-togethers we wanted to do. So we're looking for different venues that might host a stitch and sip kind of night or something like that. So.
Yeah, and if you have ideas about that, please tell us. It is actually
Yeah.
hard to find a place that has like comfy furniture for sitting where you could purchase something to drink or eat, and there's not a lot of that around.
No, the first place that we thought of and we looked, the chairs didn't look that comfortable, but I thought, well, let's check it out anyway. And the expense for 20 people, it was
to like rent the space.
to have a semi-private space was going to be over $200 before you put in the drink or food order.
Wow.
And I thought, just to get together
Right.
and knit,
That's a lot.
yeah. We want people to be able to come for free, and
Right.
we don't want to pay $500 for
Right.
something
Right.
like that. So we're still looking. So if you're in Central Indiana and you have some ideas about where we might gather,
Let us
that would
know.
be good. Yeah.
We also have a fun new milestone from our dye garden. And we had so much fun with it that we did a bunch of filming, and it's too long to put in the episode. So it's going to be its own video
Right.
about harvesting and processing and using our own weld.
Right.
So that is what is sitting here, is a little bit of our own chopped up, dried weld. We have a big cooler full,
Yeah, I
but
was
this
going to
is
show you.
just a little bit of it. Oh, Michelle's bringing the giant bin of weld.
Here is our weld, and I've actually already used 200 grams.
Well, this is the thing, when you grow it, it's like any crop. Like, it takes up a bunch of space, and then it's like, oh, when it's dried, like, how much is it really going to make? I remember the first time I ever grew beans that were for drying, and it takes so much space in your garden, and you get like one mason jar full of dry beans. So I think our weld is going to be better than that. But I have it's probably not going to be enough for like all of the weld that we use in an entire year. I don't know like how much weld would we have to grow to truly grow enough weld for us to use every year. I guess we'll sort of start figuring that out.
Yeah. Well, when we harvested this, I thought, oh, there is so much weld here. We've got plenty.
We'll be able to sell it.
That's right. But then when I made our first batch with it, and I had to use so much, well, I guess it wasn't, we did a test batch first, and that will be in the video.
That's what these are from, right?
Yeah. So we started with 25% weighted fiber because you've got to start somewhere.
This one is.
And this is on non-superwash, and this is on superwash. So the superwash always takes dye much quicker and more intensely than non-superwash. So I wanted to see what they both look like. And then we love to use weld to make greens, and so you can use iron to make kind of more of an olivey green, or we can use copper to make kind of mossy colors. And so this bright yellow, when you put it in copper afterwards, becomes that green, which is really cool.
One of my favorite colors. I love that green.
I do too. And then I did some, like with the leftover weld after we cooked it, I cooked it again in water to see how much we could get out. And again, we put it in copper, but you could still get a lot of color out. And here it is on the Surrey silk.
That's really nice.
Isn't
I don't
that
think
cool?
we've had a Surrey silk color called lamb's ear. But that's not as intensely green as this. This is a really nice green.
Yeah, I love this.
Yeah.
So that's our weld. And I'll put a link down below to the actual video where you can see it. It's called Weld from Start to Finish. So we show the planting, growing, harvesting. So that's a lot of fun.
Well, you're busily working on something.
Yes, I am.
So what is
Do
on
we
your
want
needles?
to switch to what's on our needles or our finished objects?
Whatever you want.
Okay. Well, I'm right at the corner where I have to.
Oh, so you want me to do one?
Well, I can go now. I just was pausing because I had to make sure that I made one in the right direction
Yes.
at the corner.
That
Okay.
is always tricky.
So my work in progress that I'm working on is the Gelato sweater. And here it is. And WoolsmithKnitwear. Okay. WoolsmithKnitwear. So I will put the information down below. But my daughter Eleni, when she was home at Thanksgiving, she picked out this sweater that she wanted to make. And so she dyed her own yarn. And I am making one out of pure merino. And I'm making it in sport weight, and this is a bigger weight.
Oh, is it? Mm-hmm.
Yes. And so...
Is she also using the Pure Merino Sport?
No, she's using the worsted weight that we had
the
before.
Merino worsted.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really the size that this was made for.
Okay.
So I thought, well, I could hold it with Surrey silk and use a larger needle, but I have so many things already with Surrey silk.
Yes, it is a trend.
Like my kimono cardigan that I'm wearing. Yeah, so I thought I should just do it plain. So I'm doing a larger size and hoping that it's going to be okay. But it's a top down, so I can try it on as I go. So, and this has a little provisional cast on, so the purple's not going to be there, although it is pretty cute.
It is. The color does look nice with it.
Yeah, that is cute. But
is that like to finish the neckline?
Yeah. So after I'm done, then you can pick it up and finish the neckline in the white. I think so. So I'm excited about this. Eleni and I often will pick a project that we say we're going to do together, and she does it, and I stop early for some reason.
And do you get it done eventually, or you just don't ever finish it?
One thing I got done, and the other things I just never finished.
Really? Do you think that's because, like, she's picking a project for something she wants to wear? It might not exactly be what you want to wear, but you like doing it with her.
Yeah. I think that was one of the first ones was like that. And then there was one that had baubles all over it. And I was not very proficient at my baubles, and they kind of laid over to the side. And they didn't look right. And then when I got my bobbling better, I was ready to move on to the next thing.
Right.
So that was one. There was another one that was a bottom-up sweater, sock weight, and that was just too much. And I don't like the bottom-up as much.
I don't either. I find that if I'm looking at patterns for sweaters, if I see that it's bottom-up, I am less likely to save it in my sweaters I like folder.
Yeah.
Some I do if I really like it, but I have to really like it because I find it just harder to size and make sure that it's fitting the way I like, and
yeah. There is a bottom-up sweater that I would like to make with our Advent calendar. And it's called the Voyage sweater. And one of the people who got our Advent calendar through Mass Ave Knits started her sweater, and we posted about it.
It was beautiful.
Beautiful.
Oh my gosh, I loved it. I know.
Yes.
It made me want to knit it too, but then I said, oh right, bottom up fingering.
Bad combination. Well, I was going to we made a copy of our Advent, so we would have those colors as well. And I was going to take those on my holidays and do a poncho, like striped poncho. But I was going to make it up myself. maybe use doodle patterns but then I wasn't sure like how much yarn, would I have enough yarn to do the front and the back stripe, or
like
I'd have
that
a
would be tricky.
A lot of swatching and math and stuff.
That doesn't sound like holiday.
No. So, but the Voyage sweater that she's making is bottom up, but it's steeked, and it's a cardigan.
Oh, that's right, it's a cardigan.
And that as a bottom up doesn't seem as bad.
Right.
It's not as scary that you're going to get all the way up to the sleeves and say, oh no, this is not right.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
So I'm not 100% committing to it, but that is at the top of my list.
But you have to decide soon, because you will be leaving in a few days.
Yes.
I mean, no pressure.
No pressure.
Just to remind you.
Well, I'm going to take the same set.
Okay.
And then one skein of fingering weight to go with it. And it will either be the poncho or that sweater.
That sweater. You're not going to look for other sweater options.
No.
Okay.
No, because it's so cute. And I have one other thing on my needles. Should I do that before we do yours? Okay. And this was on last time. And this is my snow glimmer sweater that now
oh, I love the little shawl
I have the shawl collar on.
Oh, that looks great.
Isn't that cute?
I like the little tip of color. That's really nice.
It's so snuggly too. And I love how
I've never
it comes
done a shawl
up.
collar. Fun.
The only thing now I worry about is if I'm wearing makeup and it's cream colored right around here, it might come off on there. So I have to figure that out. And I have one sleeve almost done. It has long ribbing though. So once I finish that sleeve, I just have one more to go.
Nice.
And I have to sew the bottom. So this is what it looks like.
That's really great.
Isn't that cute? I love it. Now, the only problem, I did try it on last night. It may have been the bra I was wearing or that I ate too much last night. But my stripe comes up like a bow. So I don't know.
Excuse me.
Bless you. Gesundheit. Yeah.
Thank you.
Maybe once I block it, it'll release this part down a little.
Right.
But I thought it could be my chest, so I'm not really sure.
Did it have short row shaping in the back?
No, it did not. No, it didn't. Because this is an interesting design that you start in the back and then you do the shoulders, and then there's shaping around your shoulders.
The shoulders.
So, and I may have had them too far back.
I bet it'll,
So we'll
when
see.
you block it, I bet it'll do okay.
Yeah, I think when I block it, it'll be all right. And if I am a little large for it, Eleni will.
That's right.
Or you will, because you're a little smaller than I am. Yeah. But I love it. I love the striping. I love the design of it. And and this is by Knitting by Dani.
Nice.
Yeah.
I feel
Very
like
cute.
I have personally been doing a lot of things that are stripy.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I don't know what that
Stripes.
means. Maybe I need to
Stripes.
think about something else.
Well, and my next one's going to be stripes. Well, because it's an advent, I have.
Right, that one will be.
Yeah. Unless I wanted to crochet a bunch of granny squares, but I don't think I want to do that.
Yeah. I just did, just gave away my granny square blanket. It was one like large granny square, but there were just a lot of ends to weave in that I was not excited about.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah, granny squares, I think when you can weave them in as you go. But the connecting them, it
Right.
takes a lot of
Right.
time.
Yeah.
So, all right. How about you? What are you working on?
Well, I decided at the very last minute to do a knit along, which it seems like a weird time of year to do it, but it's really fun. I saw this, Susan posted from Mass Ave Knits that she was going to do it, and I thought, oh, that sounds fun, because it's a Laura Ayler knit along. This is the first year I've known about it, but I believe this is the 11th year.
Oh, wow.
So it's called JFY11, just for you. And the idea is you have like 5 or 6 rows to do every day for about 2 weeks, and then you end up with a nice little gift for yourself.
Oh,
So
nice.
you start at December 13th, and then by Christmas Day, you have a little something for yourself.
Yeah.
So if you happen to be doing the JFY11 and you have not gotten through all the clues, it's not done yet. Today was day 8, clue 8.
Okay.
But just as spoiler alert, I'm going to show through day 8.
Okay.
So,
Well, this won't be posted for another 10 days.
right. So
So
you might be done.
you might
You
be
might
done.
not, but then things will be out. So it's a bulky yarn, and we had this in our, I don't know, bin. What do we do with this bin? Which is a bulky Peruvian wool. I don't even know how many yards it is.
I have no idea.
Enough. This project I think took 220, or is supposed to take 220.
Okay.
And I'm almost done with the first skein, but I'm through day 8. And here it is so far. This is what we have come up with.
That is so cute.
It's really squishy and soft, this kind of disappearing cable.
Oh, yeah.
But today I was predicting that it was the cable's getting smaller, and I thought, oh, it's going to split. And then it's going to have like a collar that folds over.
Uh-huh.
Today, we bound off at the top.
Ooh.
So I don't know what day 9 is going to be. It's been very fun to try to figure it out. Someone else on the thread today said maybe there's going to be like a second accessory, like an ear warmer or something.
Oh, yeah. Because that's a cowl just as
Right,
it is. It's
exactly.
So
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah. So I've been working on that, and it's really fun. It only takes about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It doesn't take very long.
Yeah.
Um,
And you only get one clue
you
a
get
day.
one clue every day.
So
all
you
you
can't
get-
work ahead.
You can't work ahead. You just do those 6 rows, or what? It's usually about 6 rows.
Okay.
Yeah, so that has been kind of fun. So I've been doing that lately.
Oh, neat.
And I have one other thing on my needles. It is also a Christmas gift for you.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to not see it?
No, you could see it. It's almost done. I'll bring it to you Sunday.
Okay.
Because
This is exciting.
you love Surrey plus something else.
Yes.
And you have lots of things in these colors. And I thought this would be a good memory of one of our memorable patterns this year. I'm making you your own popple bandana.
Oh, yay!
And it's in like a blue and green.
I love it. Is that lily pond in there? No, what is that?
Yes, it is.
It is lily
It's
pond.
lily pond and pine.
Oh, thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Oh,
Almost.
it's gorgeous.
I just I'm on the last repeat, so I'll bring it to you Sunday.
Okay.
So that's the other thing I've been working on. This is why I haven't been posting too many pictures on social media, because I can't post the cowl because you don't want to spoil everybody else's fun, and I can't post this because I didn't want Michelle to see it.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Well, now
that's-
you can post.
now I can post. Yeah. I think I posted something on our story, but you didn't know it was for you.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I really like these colors together.
I
though.
do too. I love that.
Yeah, I thought it would match the blue and the Surrey sweater that you did.
Yes. That'll look
It'll look
great
really
with
good
it.
in that. So
Yeah.
that will be ready for you on Sunday.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This is so cool.
My other Christmas knitting is done, and I think I've brought all of that already to show.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah. I do have one other Christmas thing to do that I have not started on though. But
It's only a few days away.
yeah, I know. This was a last minute idea. We'll see if it materializes. I do not think my daughter watches this YouTube.
Okay, this will be after. Oh, but if it doesn't materialize and you talk about
No,
it.
yeah, it doesn't matter. But
okay.
she wanted some Fiesta wear this year, some different colors, and so I got some napkins. And I kind of sketched out, and I've done a little bit of practicing, so I know that I like it. Little blue forget-me-nots,
Oh.
like in the corner of the napkin. So it's quite small. I think I can get it done by next week.
Embroidery.
Yeah, it's just a little small in one corner of each of 8 napkins.
Oh, that'll be nice.
So if all goes well, I'll get that done.
Okay.
That was sort of a last minute. I'm throwing it in there. Did not plan on it until very recently.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. I can't remember if I had this finished object last time.
No, I think that was still on your needles.
Was it on the needles? So I can talk
I
about
think
this
so.
finished object, which I have already worn like 10 times because it's been kind of cold, which is the Quinn hat.
Yeah.
And I used the same Pure Merino Sport as I did for the stripe hype sweater. That one I had finished last month, I think. But I just love this hat. And it's a really fun kind of color work
So
pattern.
cute.
I did modify the pattern a little bit. This is a traditional like Danish, Nordic style hat. And so the repeat, so this section before you start decreasing, was supposed to be repeated and then decrease.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it would have been taller and pointier, which, looks nice. It's not that I don't like that style of hat, but I decided I wanted a little bit more of a beanie. So I did not do that extra repeat. And then I just finished it the way it said to. And the other thing I tried for the first time, I did not carry the ends up, which is really kind of what I think I should have done. I don't know why I didn't do that. And then I had all these ends, so I decided I'm going to try the technique you sometimes see on sweaters of braiding the ends. So I braided my ends, and even though it's kind of a snug hat, it feels fine. I just wear it at the back, so I always know that's the back of my hat, and I put it back there. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't really stick out.
Yeah, you can't tell that it's there.
It worked really well. So this has become my favorite walk the dogs hat.
Oh, good. That's
Yeah.
so cute. I
Yeah.
really like that.
Yeah, and then I was so excited about that, I decided to try knitting mittens because I still had more left over. And that has not worked out so well because I didn't really have a pattern. I was adapting this colorwork pattern to the mittens, and they were a little tight, so then I had to increase, which looks a little weird because then it goes here. So I think I'll make another one, but I'm going to use this number of stitches down here at the bottom. I'll just have to increase more. I don't want the wrist part to be any bigger because that is not any too tight as it is. So I think I'll just from here, I'll do more increases more quickly in the blue so that I end up with this number of stitches that I used in the top part of the mitten, and hopefully that will work out. I have to do a little math to try to make it work out. So they are not the most beautiful thing I have ever made, but I think they'll also become a good dog walking thing. I can wear them together then.
They are so cute.
Yeah, so I have been working on those.
Nice.
I think that's about it.
That's your
I don't have anything. I have the other Christmassy gift things, but
Oh, yeah.
those have been done for a while, so I don't think I can count them. One of them I still have to do the Kitchener grafting, but I'll probably do that tonight. That'll be
Almost
fast.
done.
Yeah. I sort of just left it that way. I don't know why. It's been done for months and I just haven't grafted it.
Sometimes I do that. I'm so close and I think, oh, this won't take much time. I'll
Right.
just put it over here.
Yes, exactly. And
you
now I'm
kinda
like,
forget
"Ooh,
about it."
I have to give that gift. I better get my Kitchener
Gotta go finish
out
that.
and finish it.
Yeah. Okay, well, I have 2 finished objects. My first one is the second kimono cardigan.
Another Surrey silk.
Another Surrey silk. And this is the one for my stepmom, Susan. And I guess I could put it on, right?
You could.
So she is a little smaller than I am, so I made it a smaller size.
So is it a little bit shorter?
It's shorter. Yeah, I don't know how this is going to look on the screen. And my ends, it's been blocked, but I haven't done the final snipping of my ends. So I weave in my ends and leave them longer, block it, and then I do the final.
And then you snip.
Yeah, so this end has to be fixed, but.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think she's really going to like that color because I know she likes pink.
Yeah, she likes.
It's a really warm pink.
And she likes like neutrally looking, so she wouldn't want like a big Barbie pink or something like that. I think.
Yeah, that's really pretty.
But it's so soft and light, and I know you were talking about maybe using a little enclosure or something.
Like a little pin if you
Shawl
want to close
pin.
it up.
So we have these magnetic things. Let's see.
Yeah, I think that's really
I
pretty.
don't know. So
I
maybe
think
I'll
she'll love
give her the pin too. So we'll see. And I really love the sweater. I just don't know how it's gonna fit her because I didn't take measurements or anything. And but
And now this is the second one that you've made. Are you going to make a third?
Well, there's
I know
part
you
of
love
me.
this sweater.
I do love the sweater. There is part of me who would like a green one for myself. So
Just in case your purple one is in the wash.
Yeah, or you gotta have more than one cardigan.
That's true.
I guess I'm making another cardigan, but yeah. Okay,
But
so
you might make another one.
I might.
And we have dyed up a bunch of Surrey silk.
Yes, in anticipation for the English version of this pattern, which is being translated now. In anticipation for that, we have dyed lots of colors of Surrey.
Right.
So someone could even
someone that wants a green one.
Someone who wants a green one, for example, might choose that.
How many skeins of Surrey does it take? 2?
The small one, I think I used 2.5 on this one. And my larger one, I used almost 3. It's in my notes for sure, so I can add to the bottom if it's a little different, but yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so the other one, I have to leave the room because it's for you.
Oh! I didn't know I was going to get a present today. Should I close my eyes?
Yeah, close your eyes. Okay. Merry Christmas.
Oh! My own Tellybean Knits hat.
Yes, the gentle rain.
The gentle rain. Now I have another dog walking hat in case my one dog walking hat gets dirty. It's very important because it's like 15 degrees today. I love it.
Oh, good.
Awesome.
I thought they were kind of your colors.
Yeah.
And also you have that orangey hat for Mac.
Yes, I did make an orange hat for my husband last year.
Yes.
Which
so
he has not been wearing.
No.
When just yesterday we were walking the dogs and he was complaining about how cold his head was. And I was like, where is your lovely hat that I made you?
Yeah.
And I had even washed it. He's like, well, I didn't know where it was. And of course, it's where it always is, in the bin that has mittens and hats, for walking dogs. So I don't know. But now he'll see this and he'll have to put his orange hat on. I think it will match. His is very much like this orange.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You.
I thought you would be coordinated that way.
Yes, we'll be very coordinated.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you.
And it was so funny when we were making those kits in the sand color and you were like, where is all the sand color?
Well, the sand that we made for our Indiana Dunes hat, and then I couldn't find it. I'm like, I could have sworn we had skeins of sand left over to make more kits.
Yeah, and I had used it. I thought it was the undyed when it was by itself. When they're together side by side,
it's very subtle.
you can tell the difference.
Right,
But when it's
yeah.
on its own, yeah.
Like undyed versus sand.
So I used
So
it
that's
all
where
up.
you told me that you used it. I thought you used it on your hat.
I used some on that, and then I used the rest of it on this. Because you were like, well, even still, you should have more left because we had a whole skein.
I'm the pesky one that asks all the questions.
It's like, well, I couldn't tell you. But, yeah,
Well, thank you very much. I love it.
you're welcome. And here's another little.
Oh, good. I don't want a puppy. It's not a puppies for dummies, is it?
No, it's not a puppy.
I have 2 70-pound dogs. I do not need a puppy.
Yeah,
Is it a fiber themed gift?
it is.
Mm,
It is.
what could it be? Let's see. Ooh, look at this. I know what this is. This is so you can walk and knit at the same time.
Exactly.
Nice. And it's got a little bee theme, which
Right.
since we're
Since
beekeepers.
you're beekeepers and make your own honey.
Nice. And now that I have some little bee stitch markers too.
progress
Very
keepers,
nice.
yeah.
This is awesome. I do not have one of these.
I didn't think you did.
Yeah.
So
you just put it through.
yeah, you take this off. Let's see. And I actually got this months ago when I went to Becky's shop
Oh,
at Oman Knits.
Yeah.
And then you put that through.
Put your yarn on like this.
Yep. And then you can put this back on.
Mhm.
And that can hang from your wrist, or if you're a passenger in a car, it
Right.
can hang from the rear view mirror or
Yeah.
somewhere in your car.
There we go.
Yep.
I will not walk dogs and knit at the same time.
No, your dogs are too big to do that.
And too badly behaved.
Oh.
They're not good walkers.
No.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That is a fun accessory. I have not
Yeah.
had one of these, so I am very happy to
Good.
try it out. Thank you very
Great.
much.
You're welcome.
Well, we hope that you get all the things that you want for the holidays, whether it's a gift or peace and quiet or time with family.
Yeah.
We hope you have lots of fun and lots of joy in whatever it is that you're making or in resting, because it's important to take time to do that, especially around this time of year too.
Definitely. Yeah, it can also be a hard time of year. You know, when
It can
people have
be.
lost loved ones
Mhm.
or things, health problems, things like that.
Right,
So,
or even just thinking about, we've all sort of been fed what the holidays should be like, and
Right.
there's no should, everybody's different. So
yeah,
whatever it is that makes you happy, we hope you get to experience that for the holidays.
that's right. And we will see you next year.
Next year.
Not just next month, but next year.
Next year, that's right.
So happy holidays and
Happy
happy
holidays.
New Year.
Bye.
Bye.